What's up, guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time on my channel, welcome. Back with you again today, and today we're continuing through, I'm continuing to go through my physical movie collection so you guys can, I don't know, maybe you'll, maybe something I say will interest you, you'll go watch it, maybe it'll spark a rewatch. I have a coworker that we talk about horror. We talk about movies in general, especially horror, but we'll just be talking about certain movies and it'll spark, like, wow, I haven't rewatched that in a while. Let me go watch it, or let me watch it this weekend. So sometimes that happens as well, but today we are going to hit the H's. We're obviously not going to get through all of these because I try to keep these no longer than 30 minutes. But yeah, gonna start with the H's, or start the H's, see how far we can get into it. Try not to shake the camera too much, but I am anyway. Right off the bat, we have Hackers, one of my all-time favorite movies. This movie is sort of a time capsule, a little bit. 1995. It's very inaccurate in kind of showing what hacking life is, even by today's standards. Obviously, they kind of have to do something visually. Hacking is never really all that accurate in movies because they can't really just show someone sitting down doing code. They kind of have to show you some sort of visuals and stuff like that. But it is a fun movie. Sort of a time capsule to the mid-90s youth and the dress and that kind of like the I don't know, like there's some scenes with like when they go to a club with like EDM music and stuff like that, and I don't know, it's a weird movie. It's a fun movie. I really like it. It's got a young Angelina Jolie. Matthew Lillard is in it as well. And his character in this is great, but this is just one of my all-time favorite movies. I really enjoy Hackers. I'll give you a little bit of rundown since I'm just not gonna be like, this is who's in it, I love it. Try to give you a little bit more about it. But teenage hackers discover a criminal conspiracy with plans to use a computer virus that will capsize 5 oil tankers. So it's like they do kind of show both sides. It's very similar to kind of how with The Craft, for example. The Craft shows both sides of witchcraft. It shows the fact that, it's not, because people think of witchcraft, especially in the 90s when the whole witchcraft and Wicca and all that stuff was big. People looked at him, it's like, oh, you're a witch, you're into witchcraft, like that's evil, that's whatever. And it kind of shows that there's the side that's not, and then it can be used in a bad way, sort of like hacking. It can be used for both sides, and they actually use their skills for hacking to do good as well. So it's a really fun movie, though. I really enjoy it, and it's one that's nostalgic for me. But like I said, it's got Angelina Jolie, Matthew Lillard, Jesse Bradford, Johnny Lee Miller. Really good movie. Oh yeah, I forgot that Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller was in it. Anyway. Really good movie, though. One of my favorites for sure. Next up, we have Haggard. This is for Movie Gallery. This was the movie that Bam Margera and his crew, Ryan Dunn, Brandon DiCamillo, Rab himself, they made. Rake Yan is in it as well. Was a big fan of Jackass, Viva La Bam, all that kind of stuff. I was like the target demographic in the early 2000s. This, I think, was 2003. But this was, that group specifically made a movie It's not a great movie or anything like that, but it's entertaining. I remember finding this or finding out about this kind of after the fact, and picking it up at obviously Movie Gallery at some point. I don't know if I got it for free or I paid for it, but really know what else to say other than that. But I mean, if you like Jackass, if you like those guys, you'll probably enjoy it. You probably want to check it out for yourself. Maybe that piqued your interest. Next up, we got one of my all-time favorite comedies. We got Half Baked. Love this movie. Silly stoner humor from the, was it late 90s or early 2000s? I can't remember, but Dave Chappelle, Jim Brewer, Guillermo Diaz, trying to remember what his name. Oh, why can't I never remember? Harlan Williams, Tommy Chong is in it as well. Just a fun movie. The story of three not so bright men who come up with a series of crazy schemes to get a friend out of jail. One of the friends unfortunately gets put in jail, and then out of the four, there's four friends. One of them gets put in jail. The other three are trying to find out how to bail him out, essentially. And they're a bunch of stoners with kind of dead end jobs. And I don't know. I think it's. I know it's sort of like hit that cult status or whatever. 1998 is when it came out. I think it's sort of hit that cult status, or people that know about it. I'm not really sure if it's one that would, if you didn't watch it growing up, or you didn't, you don't have some sort of kind of like nostalgic ties. Not really sure if it would do it for you now. I don't know. Could be wrong. But I really enjoy it. I was never a stoner, never been a stoner, anything like that. Like, I support that lifestyle as long as you, like anything else, you do it responsibly. I've always kind of liked that type of movie and humor. Half Baked, Friday, those type of movies. I really like it though. Jim Brewer, his character is my absolute favorite in that movie. All right, next up we have I have the pretty much the entire Halloween franchise of movies. We got the OG, the original John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978, which I typically forget that this is technically a 70s horror and not 80s. But then of course we have Halloween 2, which, Halloween 1 and 2 arguably the best out of the series. We've got Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which obviously has its fan base. It also has its detractors. Was a massive bomb when it first came out. But I know that there are a lot of people now that consider that their favorite Halloween movie. But I mean, I like it as a standalone movie. It's fine. But as a Halloween movie, obviously, I mean, it really has nothing to do with Michael Myers or Halloween or anything like that. So, got to take that into account. We've got Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And I believe these are all DVD. And some of them were together. Like, obviously, it's like Halloween 4. And then we got Halloween 5. This is The Revenge. Those, I think, came together in like a combo thing. So, very, very similar. Then we've got Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Then we've got Halloween H2O, which I think those came together because those are similar. Halloween H2O, of course, the 20 years later. Then we come back with 2018's Halloween, which is fantastic. The other two, however, man, it had so much potential after this, and then they just, I don't know. Halloween's great. Then we had Halloween Kills, which was all right. Step down from this one, in my opinion. And then Halloween Ends was just complete dog shit, and you cannot convince me otherwise. It's a bad movie. It's just a bad movie. There are people out there that try to explain it, that it's like you don't understand, and no, it's just a bad movie. The Halloween series as a whole is pretty good. It's like I'm completely fine and respectful for people that like Halloween is their favorite series, or Michael Myers is their favorite like killer horror icon slasher, whatever. A lot of people consider Halloween to be their favorite horror movie, and that's fine. I completely respect that. Personally, for me, I don't feel that way. I do enjoy Halloween, and I do enjoy the series, and Michael Myers I'm fine with and everything like that. But for me, it's like I would rather, I'm biased because Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite. I would rather watch a Nightmare on Elm Street movie or a Friday the 13th movie over Halloween. But I will always make an exception during October, or September, whatever, around spooky season, to watch Halloween or Halloween 2. But moving on, we've got The Hangover. This is the DVD copy. This is the one that I originally had. I think that I ended up, I honestly don't remember when and where I got this. But I also have the Blu-ray unrated version that I got, the Steelbook. I bought this from Dollar Tree, so $1.25, and I got the Steelbook with it as well. Not my favorite, but I do enjoy, I did enjoy this movie. Don't remember, and it's like I know there's the sequel. I don't really remember a lot about the sequel. Then next up, we got Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. This is the extreme unrated remastered Blu-ray of this. I really enjoyed this movie. Again, I guess this goes back to what I was talking about, the stoner humor with Half Baked or Friday or something like this. I really enjoy this movie a lot. And again, not stoner. I don't partake or anything like that, but I really do enjoy this movie a lot. And man, that meal at the end always makes me like, I want that. Then we've got a very Harold and Kumar Christmas. I have not watched this. I believe that I got this. It may have come together with this, or I got it maybe at Dollar Tree. Never watched that one though. I keep saying I'm going to watch it at Christmas time, and then I forget, and I still haven't watched it. Because as a kid, I would watch a Christmas movie no matter what. Any time of the year, I didn't care. If I wanted to rewatch like Home Alone in, July or something like that, I would watch Home Alone. I didn't really care. Now so much, I'm not like that. It's like a Halloween movie, any time of the year, that's fine. I'd rather save it, obviously, for October or Christmas time because it's better that way. But a Christmas movie, though, it has to be Christmas time. Next, we have a favorite from my childhood. We got Harry and the Hendersons. If you know, you know. It's such a good movie. It's definitely a good family movie. It's a little silly. I guess it's a lot silly. I mean, it's about a Sasquatch that ends up family hits him with their car, thinks he's dead. Take him home. He's not dead. And he lives with them, and hilarity ensues. Big giant Sasquatch in a house, and just destroying the house and eating all their food and all that kind of stuff. It's I don't know. It's a good time. It's nostalgic for me, so I still really enjoy it. I think it still holds up personally for me, at least. All right, next up we have a whole lot of Harry Potter. So, let's see. I'm trying to remember, because some of these are... Because some of these I had before, and then I bought I got a really good deal of the whole, 7 movies, I think, or something like that for like $20 or something like that a while back, but I don't, those must be separate here because I'm missing those, so that must be in my pile of ones that I need to go through and check. But anyway, it's like I do have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have each of those on both the DVD and then Blu-ray that go in this series, because I'm not really sure where I put those at the moment. I thought that they were in here, but I guess not. But so there's the Prisoner of Azkaban for Harry Potter. We got the Goblet of Fire. Got the Order of the Phoenix. We got the Half-Blood Prince, which obviously was a re-release thing because it has the disc 1. So obviously the first release of this had like a bonus disc or something. And then we got the Deathly Hallows Part 1. And we've got the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Love Harry Potter. I'm not a big reader and never read the books, at least growing up. I wasn't a Harry Potter kid or whatever. I remember being very critical and judgmental when when the first movie came out and everyone was losing their mind. All these people were so excited about Harry Potter, and I thought it was really stupid. And like, why are people getting so obsessed over this? Whatever. What is this Harry Potter? Like, I didn't understand that it was this phenomenon. And then I ended up watching the first movie on like a movie channel or something like that. I can't remember. Finally watching the first movie and just getting sucked in and just loving the whole experience and just loving the world and being really excited when Harry got his wand. And I don't know, I got sucked in, and then I became a fan, and then eventually my last job, I was a dishwasher for like about four years, 4.5 years. Had a lot of time back there. I was the only one. I was the dishwasher, worked alone. I was the only one back there. I was able to have headphones. I could listen to music. I could listen to podcasts. I did audiobooks a lot, and I ended up listening to the entire... I read the first book, but I did audiobooks of the rest of the series, and so I've watched the movies, I've read the books, I've experienced it all, love it all. It's unfortunate what's happened with the author, that she's come out as such, this terrible like bigot and everything, when she made this series that celebrated people's differences and like all these different races and species and all this other stuff, and it really is a story about love and friendship and everything like that. And now unfortunately, like, there's a lot of people that can't enjoy the books or the movies or anything like that anymore, and people that really love this series growing up and everything can't anymore. Fortunately for me, because with so much happening, if I didn't separate the art from the artist, I would lose so many things that bring me joy. That for me, I've found it really not easy, but I've been able to do that. I've been able to separate art from the artist, and so for me, it's like I can still watch Harry Potter and I can still enjoy it. Anyway, that's not what this is about. I'm sorry, I apologize. But it's like I still enjoy Harry Potter. I've listened to and re-listened to the audiobooks and everything. I still enjoy it. I still love it. So anyway, just popping in here in editing, or when filming and stuff, I said that I had stuck some of the Harry Potter movies over to the side to go through and kind of compare and contrast or whatever to see which ones I could get rid of. With the Harry Potters, it's like I'm going to end up probably keeping at least these two here. But this is the first copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone that I had, that I bought, I think, in a combo with the Chamber of Secrets on DVD. So I had those first. I'm gonna probably keep those regardless, just because I like the disc art on those. Those are both Blu-ray, but I like those. Oh no, never mind. I'm wrong. These are the ones that go in this series with the other ones. These are the ones that I bought together, because these are the DVDs, and these are just plain. So gonna just make sure that they don't have any special features or anything on these that are not on the Blu-ray, and then I'll end up purging these and keeping these, since these are the better quality anyway. But that's what I got when I was talking about the Harry Potter. Those are the ones that weren't included in the stack because they're off to the side, to check those later on. On to the next thing. The Haunting in Connecticut. This is a stupid, horrible disc. No art whatsoever. Love the movie, though. This movie's fantastic. It's based off of a true story. The true story is sort of debated whether or not it really happened or not. The Warrens were involved with it, and with a lot of the stuff, at least after the fact, now that they're both dead, there has been a lot have come out, like, kind of going against their credibility and all that kind of stuff. It's like, but if you can, but the movie, if you just watch the movie for the movie and the story and the stuff like that, it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's one of my favorites. I remember instantly enjoying it the first time I saw it. I'm trying to look up the actor's name, but he's really young in this one. He's eventually... Oh, yeah, Virginia Madsen is in that. I forgot about that. Martin... Is it Martin? No. Kyle Gallner. Gallner, I think is how you pronounce it. He's been in a lot of great horror movies, and he's kind of coming to his own now as an actor. I think this might have been the first thing I saw him in, and immediately was like, I like this dude. Got a great cast. Elias Koteas, I think is how you say his name. The guy that played Casey Jones in the original TMNT series is in it, and he's fantastic in this movie as well. He's a reverend that ends up, trying to help the family and stuff like that, because there's can't remember if it's like a demonic thing or if it's just a haunting. It's been a little bit since I've watched it, but it's fantastic. Great movie, really enjoy it. But essentially, it's about after a family is forced to relocate for their son's health. The teenage son that's played by, what was it? Oh God, I forgot his name. Kyle Gallner. He's got cancer. They begin experiencing supernatural behavior in their new home and uncover a sinister history. Fantastic movie, though. Really, really enjoy that one. Next up, another haunting movie. We got The Haunting of Molly Hartley. This one I don't remember a lot about. I just remember really liking it. And then another YouTuber, this is like one of her favorite early 2000s like horror, made me want to buy it. Like I found it cheap, I think on Amazon or something like that. Because I don't think this is a used copy. I think I found it on Amazon or something really cheap. I decided to pick it up and still have yet to rewatch it. Which that kind of happens sometimes. I've got a lot of movies I either haven't gotten around to watching, or I bought with the intention of rewatching and just haven't done so. Alright, next up we've got Ben Stiller in The Heartbreak Kid, and it's not about Shawn Michaels. This is one of those few exceptions. I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan, but there are exceptions to where I really like Ben Stiller, and it's weird. It's weird movies. It's not like Zoolander, for example. People always bring up Zoolander, but for me, it's like The Heartbreak Kid or Duplex. Those are the movies where I'm just like, I like Ben Stiller, or at least I like the movie. But Heartbreak, because the real big the best part about this movie is not Ben Stiller, even though he's essentially the lead. It's Malin Ackerman. She is fantastic in this movie. Her character is so weird, but she's the highlight of the movie. She's the reason why I think this movie works. But like Ben Stiller, even though again he's the lead, it's not about Ben Stiller. It's about her. But also it's like Jerry Stiller is in it, Ben Stiller's dad. Also, I'm trying to remember, Danny McBride is in it. Really good movie, but it's essentially about a newlywed man who believes he's just gotten hitched to the perfect woman, encounters another lady on his honeymoon. Essentially, a guy ends up meeting this girl. He kind of like impulsively asks her to marry him. They get married. They go on her honeymoon, and he discovers that he really doesn't know the woman that he's married to. Like, she's actually pretty annoying, and they really just don't have a lot in common. And then he meets somebody on the honeymoon that he actually kind of falls for, and that sounds pretty messed up and like, well, he's a piece of shit, but I don't know. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I've watched it quite a few times. IMDb, it's got a 5.8 out of 10. So that's not very good, but for me, I don't know. I really like it. So that's one of those exceptions to it's like, I don't like Ben Stiller, but I like that movie for some reason. All right, we're gonna end it on this. We've got a 3 movies here. We have got the original Hellboy, Guillermo del Toro directed, Ron Perlman starring as Hellboy, and then we've got Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. Man, it's a shame that we did not get the third. We didn't get a trilogy. Because I know at the time was the thing where it's like Ron Perlman's just like, I don't want to do a third one because he just didn't like the whole thing of the makeup and all that because it took so long and everything, and he really didn't want to do it. And then, eventually they just moved on. It's like, we'll remake it or we'll reboot it or whatever. We'll make our own. And it's like, I haven't seen. I saw the one with David Harbour. I just wasn't a fan. I know the new one is out. What is it, like the Hanged Man or whatever? Heard mixed reviews about that. Heard people that are fan of the Hellboy comics really like it. They think that they did a really good job, kind of like adapting the source material. But for me, it's always going to be about the Guillermo del Toro, Ron Perlman, Hellboy. And I love the fact that, we have, why can't I remember his name now that I'm talking? Now, I was about to make a thought. I was like, let me say this. It's the Crooked Man. That's the one. Hellboy, the Crooked Man. Because I thought that, but I thought that was wrong, so I didn't say it. Doug Jones. Doug Jones is Abe Sapien because he plays Abe Sapien in the first one as well, but it's someone else's voice. In the second one, he plays Abe, and he's able to use his own voice. He's not dubbed over or whatever. But I love the chemistry between Ron Perlman, Selma Blair, Doug Jones. I forgot about John Hurt being the dad, being Hellboy's dad in these movies. That's sad. Since he's passed away now. But I love these movies. These are fantastic. There was quite a few years there where it's like I watched and rewatched, especially the first Hellboy. Like once I actually had the DVD, that I watched this on a regular basis. I also have the Hellboy animated Blood and Iron. I have never watched this one. I ended up picking this one up. I think Movie Gallery when it was closing. I want to say I think around the same time that I got all three of these. And like I said, I've watched and rewatched these two, but I just never got around to watching Hellboy the animated. Because I think there's a couple of these, but I just have the Blood and Iron one. But a big fan of the Hellboy movies. I know that Ron Perlman has voiced wanting to do another. He says that he thinks that they owe it to the fans to finish the trilogy, to make one more. And it's like, I think at least I heard, it's like Guillermo del Toro was game for it as well, but the studio or whatever just didn't want to. They, for whatever reason, it's like the time just passed, and whenever they were game for it, Ron Perlman wasn't interested. I think Guillermo del Toro might have been doing another project or something like that, and so it ended up being a whole thing where time passed and they moved on, and now that Guillermo and Ron Perlman both want to come back and make another movie, that I don't know, there's just the studio or whatever is just not interested. The fans are. At the same time, it's like at this point, has too much time passed for them to make another? Maybe it's too late, because it's like that's because Hellboy 2 came out in 2008 and the original Hellboy was 2004. So 2004, 2008, it's almost 20 years later, at least after the first movie. It might be too late, even if it were to come together. And it's like, I think maybe at this point, Ron Perlman might be too old, at least to do a lot of the, physical stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Do you mean you can never say never, really. I never thought that they would make a sequel to The Goonies, and apparently they are. Never thought that there would be. I mean, that one doesn't surprise me. I was going to say Hocus Pocus. Never thought there would be a Hocus Pocus sequel. I mean, I guess not, because honestly, with the end of it, you're just like, oh, this is over. There's no way they could make a sequel, and they did. Anyway, that's going to do it for this first half of the H's, and I will be back next time for the remainder of the H's. So we got about halfway through the H's. Not too bad. Again, if you're enjoying this, let me know. If you got any comments or questions, or you just want to share your opinion about some of these movies, or maybe you want to agree with some things I said, maybe you want to argue some things that I said, feel free. I enjoy talking about movies, obviously. I mean, that's the whole point of this this channel and doing this. It's not only just to share my collection, but also to give my thoughts and stuff about the specific movies. But that's going to do it for this one. I will be back next time for part 2 of the H's, and hopefully you'll join me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Any interaction with the video helps the channel. And again, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.